Probity in public service is intrinsically linked to personal morality. Personal and public integrity are intertwined like two sides of the same coin. Regardless of individual predisposition to good conduct, societal and governmental support is crucial for fostering probity as a valued public ethic. This needs strong political will to enforce codes of ethics and codes of conduct. Effective governance facilitated by these codes result in swift law enforcement, fair grievance redressal, and the establishment of impartial regulatory bodies like the Ombudsman or Lokpal Lokayukta. In recent times, there has been an increased scrutiny of several government agencies through measures like the RTI Act. Standing up to such justified scrutiny requires demonstration of highest standards of probity and integrity in leadership, documentation, policies, and procedures. It also requires identifying and addressing unacceptable practices without allowing the interference of political ideologies. People of character do the right thing, not because they think it will change the world, but because they refuse to be changed by the world. Michael Josephson. Probity in governance is a baseline requirement for an efficient, effective system of governance and for socio-economic development. The Committee on Standards in Public Life is an independent advisory public body that advises the Prime Minister of the UK. Lord Nolan, in the first report of the committee, recommended the following 10 principles of probity: selflessness, integrity, objectivity, accountability, openness, honesty, leadership, transparency, confidentiality, and managing conflict of interest. Late President Dr. Abdul Kalam called corruption a dreadful malady afflicting the society. He observed that erosion of conscience and lack of righteousness arises from greed, asking, "What can I take?" instead of, "What can I give?" Failure to include virtues in individual, professional, and parental ethics has normalized corruption. Let us then understand the types of ethics. 1. Results-based ethics determines right from wrong by the consequences of an action. Rules-based ethics determines right from wrong based on a strict adherence to a clear set of rules and duties. Values-based ethics focuses centrally on the character traits and good moral disposition of the person acting. It requires individuals to take personal responsibility for their actions and strive for excellence in all aspects of life. A clear set of rules are the baseline for any work or action. In most cases, failure to comply will not cause great ethical concerns. However, if such failures result in a public disaster, it would justly cause moral condemnation. Some failures have consequences that are so harmful that they raise to the level of being morally wrong. Omitting the smallest step in an established, approved sequence is morally wrong if the outcome is significant injury to an individual or group.
But what if the environment is infested by apathy, selfishness, greed for money, power, and status? Probity crusaders will face ethical dilemmas and many challenges maneuvering political and administrative opportunism and prejudices. Some may look away and avoid taking risks. In such situations, the onus is on the individual. The inspiration has to come from within to choose the values that serve public interest over vested interests and fight the battles despite dilemmas. Probity in such situations is the antivirus or the firewall that one can install or build within oneself. Virtue is its own reward, and the most self-satisfying reward at that. Who can be a leader of good character? A leader of good character is someone whose behavior can be predicted in their absence. In other words, they stay true to their authentic self by never compromising on their values at all times. Real leadership has always been built on the foundations of strong character. Leadership is not merely a role one plays. It is verily the life one leads, whether you're at home or at office.